Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Ness. I like to talk about books. The background has changed, yes. If anyone's been following along with the housing saga drama, we're in a new chapter right now. I'm no longer in the flat that we were living in. I'm living temporarily at my grandparents'. I don't know what's happening anymore. My life is in limbo. But I have been able to get all my books out back onto my shelves, and I'm able to do some more book content. This was my absolute priority, and I'm happy to be feeling like I'm getting a bit of normality back in my life by being able to do some familiar content. I had been hoping to open the Fairyloot Adult March box with the Young Adult March box, but in the process of moving, I think that box has got lost. I misunderstood the Fairyloot website with changing my address. I thought updating my address would update my subscriptions, but apparently not. That's a tip if you're moving. And my Fairyloot Young Adult box was delivered to my old address when they were doing an open day for new tenants, and I think it's got missing on that open day with just there being so many people around, so I might never see that box and I'm absolutely devastated. But I've heard so many good things about this adult box for March, and I didn't want to hold off waiting any longer for getting that one. I just wanted to open it. If you're not new, you'll know that I really hated the adult subscription, but it's recently turned into my favourite. For me, on a reflection of the past 12 months, the Fairyloot Adult box has had the best book choices for me. I think they've managed to get some of the better named books in this subscription, and their editions now are just absolutely stunning. Last month was one of the most beautiful books that I ever got. The end papers were the nicest end papers. So overall, I'm just really enjoying it, and I love opening every new box, even without the items. I don't miss them. I know what this book is, but I haven't seen it yet. The theme for the month is Rotten Opulence. What a weird theme. Not necessarily weird, I just don't like the title. It's disgusting. Again, the sprayed edges on this are absolutely killing it. So the thing with special edition books is that this is the first thing you see when you open the bag, and this gets me really excited when I see something amazing on here. When you can see such detail and something so unique here, it makes you so excited for the rest of the book. The adult subscription is absolutely killing it again. Okay, so I instantly have a gripe, and I know a lot of people are like, you always pick faults. These are expensive books, okay? Again, my design is off-center. This seems to be happening a lot to me with Fairyloot. Obviously, it's not their problem. It's the problem of the company that's making the books. But it still like really gets me because it's so noticeable, especially on this one because it cuts off part of the plant. The bottom is absolutely beautiful. It looks like a photograph has just been printed on here. This book is The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I have read one of her books before. It was For the Wolf that I read, and I didn't really like it, if I'm honest. I thought that the writing was well done. I just didn't really like the plot or some of the things that was in the book. But that still hasn't put me off the author, and I'm excited to try new things by this author. So I might be wrong about this, but the only difference that I can see is that this is in pink instead of white filing. So it isn't that much of a change, but I do just appreciate the sides a lot. I would rather have this than something on the front at this point. This is something that you can display all the time on your shelves. I display a lot of the Fairyloot Adult books this way because of that. Let's see what it looks like naked. Oh, oh wow. Wow. This really reminds me of their edition of One Dark Window and what they've been doing more recently. So underneath the dust jacket, it does come with an alternative cover, which does have the title on the spine and on the front, which is nice if you want to display it this way. The character art is actually really nice and really unique, and it's definitely making me intrigued for the book. My only real problem with these is that you do need to cover them in some sort of protective plastic because it doesn't have the same durability as this side, and it's easily marked. I think I might actually put this on this way because I think this is really unique and different, and I do love the eye. The thing that really stood out for me with this book though is the naked hardback. It is, I don't know how to describe it. It's very, very pretty. This is the naked hardback of this book. This is like an image underneath here, which you won't be able to see, of flowers. And then over the top of that, there's this window and floral foiling on this with the title on it. I I really like this. I've said this a lot of times, but I really like window designs, and it makes me think a little bit like The Lord of the Rings, if I'm honest. But aside from that, I just really like stained glass. Stained glass windows was part of my bachelor's degree when I did archaeology and history, so I have a bit of a thing for windows. I would 100% display this without the cover on though. This on my shelves. Oh my god. The only thing that would stop me from actually doing this is that I don't know how I would keep this safe. Like, where would you put it to make sure that that doesn't get damaged? It's really tempting. I might do that. I can't pass that up. Like, the foiling, oh, I can't. Oh, yes. Yes. The back is also the same. Oh, this is growing on me. This is becoming quickly one of my favourites. I just really hope that you can see the flowers in the picture behind the foiling. They're killing it. They're absolutely killing it every month. If I had to keep one subscription right now out of the 3 that I've got, it would be the Fairyloot Adult. I know a lot of people cancelled their subscriptions around the September time because their first 6 months was rough. I would be devastated, honestly devastated if I'd cancel my subscription, and if you did, I feel so sorry for you. It feels expensive. It feels so expensive. Like, to me, this is value for money for a book. The alternative cover, this. I've not even looked at the end papers yet. They're Fairyloot-esque in terms of having character art, but to me they do match the rest of the adult subscription in that the characters are aged. It's dark, it definitely doesn't look young adult to me. And on the back they are also different. And again, a theme with the Fairyloot Adult subscription is the windows. We've seen windows on end papers now. They're in The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, and they're also in Dowry of Blood, and that's just what I remember. Just going back to the fact that I clearly like windows. This edition is digitally signed, and it also does have a bound-in letter specifically for Fairyloot readers. I am honestly so happy right now. Wow. I'm so happy with the pick. I'm happy with the edition and the design. I feel like I'm getting value for money, and I never thought I would say that about a book-only subscription. They continue to impress me. At this point, I might just, I'm considering cancelling the young adult subscription, if I'm honest. Because they just don't do it like this. They just don't do it anymore for me like this. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. The main character is called Law, and when she was 13, she escaped a cult in the catacombs beneath the city of Delair. And in the 10 years since, she's lived by one rule: don't let them find you. Easier said than done when her magic ties her to the city. Mortem is a magic born from death and is a high-priced and illicit commodity in Delair. Law has made a living running poisons for the city's underbelly, but when a run goes wrong, she's captured by the king and expects to be burned, but the king has different plans. She's thrust into the Saint King's glittering court where no one can be believed, even fewer can be trusted, guarded by Gabriel, a duke turned monk, and continually running up against Bastien, the king's heir. Law tangles in politics, religion, and forbidden romance as she attempts to navigate an opulent society. But the life she left behind in the catacombs is catching up with her, and even as Law makes her way through the sainted court above, danger from below draws ever closer. It's really intriguing. It's pulling me in, and I want to read it. It also is quite a lengthy book. This is actually the start of a series. I didn't know that. And it's currently sitting at 4.01 stars on Goodreads, which is pretty good. I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I am definitely really happy with the adult subscription right now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in April as well. Let me know your thoughts on this book and this subscription. If you've read this and you've read her other works, let me know how you think it compares, because like I said, I wasn't keen on For the Wolf. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!